I am Deborah. I'm a registered dietitian, and today we're going to actually talk about portion sizes on those healthy plates that you are creating. Previously, we talked about what components made up a healthy plate, and now we're going to talk about how big a portion of those components you should be eating. So we're going to go back again to using that 9-inch plate. So I'm going to continue to use my sample paper plate. And I believe that today you have been provided a sample of portion sizes related to your hand. We are going to continue to do that. We feel like that might be easier. You always have your hands with you. You don't always have a scale and measuring cups with you, especially if you're eating out. And so this is something that you will always have with you that you can use as a reference point. Okay, initially we're going to start off again with this protein group. The protein group is about 3 ounces of protein, which ends up being about the palm of your hand. So that would be taking your hand and excluding all of your fingers. So the palm of your hand in length, width, and thickness. So as we go through here, we have again our egg. We have again here 1 ounce of fish. As you go through here, it would not just be one of these, but 3 of these that would fill up that portion of the plate. Here we have cottage cheese. Here we actually have the chicken breast. See how nicely that fills that up. Then we have beef. And we have 1 ounce strips of cheese sticks. So if you're eating cheese sticks as your entree, you're going to need 3 of these to make a portion. The other portion size that we have in this protein group would be peanut butter. A serving of peanut butter usually is 1 tablespoon, and 1 tablespoon, the reference point we're going to use is our thumb. So when you see salad dressings, mayonnaise, all of those condiment items, we're looking for about a thumb size in length for those. Okay, so those are our protein group. We're going to move on from there to actually that starch group, which is, this is going to be probably the biggest surprise. The starch group ends up being about 1 cupful, and a cupful can be based off of multiple things. Sometimes people use it size of a baseball. For today and for this purpose, we are going to actually use your fist. So enclosing your fingers and your thumb, and that is about a cupful. So when we look for beans, that is what we're looking for beans. When we're talking about a tortilla, we're talking about 1 tortilla when it's folded up, not multiple tortillas. When we talk about rice, we're talking about a small portion of rice, half a cup. When we're talking about noodles, also not very many noodles. Graham crackers, about 3 graham crackers, or bread, which bread, it's 1 slice of bread. I will say that there are breads on the market now where they have reduced them in size and you get 2 portions of bread, but you do need to read your food label to make sure that you've obtained the right bread for it to be 2 portions. Furthermore, we will talk about our vegetables. This is our largest group, so it depends on whether you're having that vegetable in a raw state or you're having it in a cooked state. If it's in a raw state, you're going to want to have 2 fistfuls, which is 2 cups. If it is in a cooked state, it'll cook down. So if you think about, for example, spinach, there's a big difference between raw spinach and cooked spinach in volume. So that cooked spinach would just be 1 cup. So here we go. We have our broccoli. And because we're eating it raw, we are also going to put some carrots with it. So if you do that, you see that there is quite a bit of vegetables on that tray. Okay? If we cook those carrots, then the carrots by themselves would work. Okay? Here we have cauliflower. Cauliflower we normally, we eat it both ways, but if it is cooked, it would be 1 cup. Peas, 1 cup along with corn. Okay? 1 cup. Okay, so that ends up wrapping up our 2/3 section. And then the small little categories we've talked about previously is our fruit. And fruit is easy to go overboard also on. So we're talking about smaller pieces of fruit. A small glass of juice, okay? And we are talking about the small fruit. I didn't bring any today, but like a fruit cup that you would go in like a school lunch or a pre-packaged fruit. Those are already pre-packaged to the appropriate serving size, so one of those would be a serving. Half a banana, okay? Berries. Berries tend to be a little bit more in volume, but there you go. There's your strawberries, raspberries, boysenberries, those types of things. So those end up being components. Taking one step back, let me talk a little bit about cereal. It tends to be its own entity. Cereal is in our starch and grain group. And actually a fistful of cereal looks pretty empty in a cereal bowl. So my suggestion is that you obtain a bowl that is a lot smaller so that you're not having 4, 5, or 6 servings of cereal in your cereal bowl. Furthermore, we kind of talked a little bit and briefly touched on the fact that if you're doing salad dressings or mayonnaise, that these items are going to be your thumb in length. And then if we're talking about butter, a teaspoon of butter ends up being from that first joint on your index finger to the end. That is about 1 teaspoon. So as we go through here and talk about different serving sizes, those are the ones that come into mind that we are going to use here. If you have any further questions, stay tuned and we will address them in just a minute. Thank you.